Teacher Kim is going to read a story called Strega Nona, an old tale retold and illustrated by Tommy Di Paola. In a town called Calabria, a long time ago, there lived an old lady everyone called Strega Nona, which meant Grandma Witch. Although all the people in town talk about her in whisper, they all went to see her if they had troubles. Even the priests and the sisters of the convent went, because Strega Nona does have her magic touch. She could cure a headache with water, oil, and a hairpin. She made potions for girls who wanted husbands. And best of all, she's very good at getting rid of warts. But Strega Nona was getting old. She needed someone to help her keep her little house and garden. So she put up a sign in the town square. And Big Anthony, who didn't pay attention, went to see her. Anthony, Strega Nona said, you must sweep the house and wash the dishes, and you must feed the goat and milk her, and you must weed the garden and pick the vegetables, and you must fetch the water. For this I'll give you 3 coins, and a place to sleep, and food to eat. Oh, gracias, gracias, said Big Anthony. The one thing you must never do, said Strega Nona, is to touch the pasta pot. It is very valuable to me, and I don't let anyone touch it. This is my pasta pot. Remember, never touch it. Oh, see, said Big Anthony. And so the days went by. Big Anthony did his work, and Strega Nona met with people who came to see her for headaches and husbands and warts. Big Anthony had a nice bed to sleep in next to the goat shed, and he had food to eat. One evening, when he was milking the goat, and he heard Strega Nona singing. Peeking in the window, he saw Strega Nona standing in front of the pasta pot. What is Strega Nona doing? Bubble, bubble, pasta pot. Boil me some pasta, nice and hot. I'm hungry, it's time to sup. Boil enough pasta to fill me up. And the pasta pot bubbled and boiled and was suddenly filled with steaming hot pasta. And then Strega Nona sang, enough, enough, pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot, so simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day. How wonderful, thought Big Anthony. That is a magic pot for sure. And Strega Nona called Big Anthony in for supper. But too bad for Big Anthony, because he didn't see Strega Nona blowing 3 kisses into the magic pot. I wonder why she did that. And what would happen? And this is what happened. The next day, when Big Anthony went to the town square to fetch water, he told everyone about the pasta pot. And naturally, everyone laughed at him. Oh, that's so funny, because it sounded so silly. A pot that could cook all by itself? You better go to confess to the priest, Big Anthony, they said. Such a lie. And Big Anthony was angry. That wasn't very good thing to be. Not a good thing at all to be angry. I will show them, he said to himself. Someday I will get the pasta pot and make it cook, and then they will be sorry. The day came sooner than even Big Anthony would have thought, because 2 days later Nona said to Big Anthony, Anthony, I must go over to the mountain to the next town to see my friend and Mammalia. Sweep the house and weed the garden, feed the golden milker, and for your lunch there are some bread and cheese in the cupboard. And remember, don't touch the pasta pot. Oh, yes, see, Nona, said Big Anthony, but inside he was thinking, my chance has come. And this is what happened. Oops. As soon as Nona was out of sight, Big Anthony went inside, pulled the pasta pot off the shelf, and put it on the floor. Now let's see if I remember the words, said Big Anthony. And Big Anthony sang, Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta, nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to serve. Boil enough pasta to fill me up. And sure enough, the pasta pot started to boil and bubble, and soon the pasta pot was filled up with pasta. Aha, said Big Anthony, and he ran to the town square, jumped on the fountain, and shouted, Everyone, get your forks and plates and bowls and platter and come to Nona's house. And there's pasta for everybody. Big Anthony has made the magic pot work. Of course, everybody laughed, but they ran home and get forks and plates and platters and bowls, and sure enough, when they got to Nona's house, the pasta pot was so full, it was beginning to overflow. Look at that. Can you see? Like this. Overflow. But Big Anthony was a hero. Hey, he scooped out pasta and filled the plates and platters and bowls for everybody. There was more than enough for all the townspeople, including the priest and the sister from the convent. And some people came back for 2 or 3 servings, but the pot was never empty. When all the people had their fill, Big Anthony said, Enough, pasta pot. I had my pasta nice and hot, so simmer down, my clay pot, until I'm hungry another day. But it didn't work. The pasta pot still kept cooking, and pasta kept coming out of the pot. He went outside and to the applause of the crowd, but Big Anthony took a bow. He was so busy listening to compliments from everyone, and he didn't notice the pasta pot was still bubbling and boiling until a sister from the convent said, Oh, Big Anthony, look! And pasta was pouring out of the pot all over the floor of Nona's house and was coming out of the door. Oh, my goodness. But Big Anthony rushed in and shouted magic words again, but the pasta kept boiling, kept coming out. He took the pot off the floor, but pasta kept pouring from it. Big Anthony grabbed a cover and put it on the pot and sat on it. But the pasta rest on the cover and Big Anthony as well, and spilled on the floor of Nona's house. Oh my goodness. Those are powerful pasta. "Stop!" yelled Anthony. But the pasta did not stop, and if someone hadn't grabbed poor Big Anthony, the pasta would have covered him up. The pasta had all but filled the little house. Out of the windows and through the doors came the pastas, and the pot kept right on bubbling. The townspeople began to worry. "Do something, Big Anthony! Come on, get it stopped!" they shouted. Big Anthony sang the magic song again, but without the 3 kisses. It did no good. By this time, the pasta was on its way down the road, and all the people were running to keep ahead of it. Imagine that. "We must protect our town from the pasta," shouted the mayor. "Get mattresses, tables, doors, anything to make a barricade." Wonder if that worked. But even that didn't work. The pot kept bubbling and the pasta kept coming. Can you see it? This is all pasta. "We are lost," said the people, and the priests and the sisters of the convent began praying. "The pasta will all cover our town," they cried. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And it certainly would have had strega nona not come down the road home from her visit. She didn't have to look twice to know what had happened. You think she could save it? She sang the magic song and blew 3 kisses. With a spatter, the pot stopped boiling and the pasta came to a halt. "Oh, gracias! Thank you, strega nona!" the people cried. But then they turned on poor Big Anthony. "String him up!" the men of the town shouted. That means to tie him up. Oh, they're going to punish him. "Now, wait," strega nona said. "The punishment must fit the crime." And she took a fork from a lady standing nearby and held it out to Big Anthony. "All right, Anthony, you want a pasta from my magic pasta pot," strega nona said. "And I want to sleep in my little bed tonight, so start eating." Oh my goodness. That's probably enough pasta for all the people in Santa Barbara and Goleta. And he did. Poor Anthony. Look, it's nighttime. And he kept eating. Look at his tummy. Look at his face. I bet he'll never want to eat pasta again. And strega nona get to sleep in her little bed. The end.